Welcome back to my channel, guys. Alright, so I am no professional builder. I'm not good at stuff. As you can see, look how neat and clean these little beds are that Tom made. And you can see one of the little snap peas coming up. Oh, there's an animal over there. I was like, what the heck is that? You never know what you're going to run into. I've ran into bobcats in my garden. Rabbits, all kinds of stuff. A fox. And, of course, opossums and stuff like that. But one just rammed through the fence. Made me jump. But anyway, these are the ones that Tom made out of the scrap material that we had. Look at the snap peas. Yum. Okay, so I have this wiring around this container. Ooh, it's chilly. Because the turkeys get in here and start scratching. And they tore up my zinnias last year. Little turkeys. I guess that's what they are. Anyway, I am not a builder. I forgot the measuring tape. And I threw this together at the back of the farm. And it's all janky, you know. But hey, you know, if it can grow some food for about 4 or 5 years, what the heck? Let's do it. So since this is over here where there's a little bit more sunlight, I'm going to go ahead and put the plastic underneath because I know that the Bermuda and all the little weeds grow right up in here. So I'm definitely needing to, you know, make sure that this doesn't come up. Of course it doesn't look good, but I don't care. I need to just, you know, be able to grow food. Oh, I left a little bit of tape on that. Let me get that off. Don't need tape in your bed. I may have to get some more boxes. I always like to put natural resources or handmade, what am I trying to say? I'm multitasking, trying to do this and talk at the same time. It doesn't work. Anyway, I like to use resources that would otherwise be thrown into the landfill. And I hate that. I mean, these are lots of trees that were cut down to make these boxes. So definitely want to use them. Make sure the bottoms line pretty good. So I cut them up, and it's a lot of work getting the tape peeled off, the labels peeled off, and getting the boxes cut and broke down to where they can fit in these smaller beds. But I knew that I was going to be building several of these smaller beds in the garden. I know I was talking about these to where I could just go up, didn't have to bend over because of my age, injuries such as things like that. However, that takes a lot of soil, and until I get the vermicomposting set up going really well, I'm going to have to just kind of downsize my dream a little bit and make these little beds smaller. Now, you really don't need these great big beds for like carrots and other things, root vegetables and things like that. So this is why I'm going with a little bit smaller carrots in here. I also can do a little bit toward the back so it can be a multi-bed. You can intercrop a lot of stuff. Let me get the tape off of there. Sorry about that. I thought I had all the tape off. There we go. Sometimes you miss a spot. And I've got more boxes. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more boxes since I have plenty. And having a pretty good supply of boxes coming still. Every month I pick them up from a good friend. They're amazing. They save boxes for me. And I've got them, since the wind's been horrible and blowing a lot, I keep them in there and then I cut them down, pull all the tape off, and it's a little bit of a process. I used to do it outside, but the wind has really picked up, so I'm not able to do that anymore. But I am going to be putting in lots of these beds all throughout the farm, utilize every square inch I can since the fire. You know, the fire burned up in through here. The Bermuda grass and the weeds just really took off. So I'm needing to put plastic down and block the Bermuda grass from growing. Because if you have dealt with Bermuda grass, which some of you have, you know that stuff is invasive and it chokes out the rest of your stuff. It just takes over beds immediately. It's honestly a nightmare. I'm gonna set that there. I need to put something down in through here. These tarps I've been picking up at the store don't look like they're gonna last. I really need some billboard tarps, because look at that. That's a brand new one. And the wind just ripped it up. I thought it was pretty secure, but no. It's too much money to spend on things that aren't going to last. But the thing is, when you put these beds in, if you've seen what happened to me 3 years ago, you'll know that unless you put this down, you have all this growing up. You can't get your mower through there, or a weed eater, which I can't run. Snakes could be laying there. We've got, you know, venomous snakes here. We have copperheads, and we have timber rattlers here. And I've ran into some of those in my garden. I really don't want to do that. If I can see them, I'm safer. So there's several reasons. You know, safety. It also looks better, but you can tell that see all these little hills? I've got a major problem with voles, moles, whatever you want to call those darn things. Look at this. They're just making a huge mess. I mean, huge. Look at this. I mean, that's fresh. Look, he's making a huge mess. Plus, he's tearing my tarps too. He's all up under here. We got to figure out, since Spooky's gone, the nightmare things have come back, and I'm going to have to deal with them because they're tearing up the garden. So the garden's a mess. It's been a long road of restoring this farm. It looks terrible. I'm going to run with these pallet beds for, you know, 3 or 4 years, however long I can get by with them lasting. And then I'll have to make changes down the road to upgrade to a better bed. But when prices went up on the building supplies, yeah, didn't want to spend that much. So in here, the spinach is coming up. It's looking good. I did have to cover it up. That's why the plastic's there. I have the wire over the top to keep the turkeys from getting in there and just fluffing the heck out of it. I also put wire around that because they fluff the heck out of it. They're just ornery little suckers. I threw some radish seed down here. This used to be my thyme garden, and the turkeys just roughed it up. I think I have one left right there, and that's it. I had replanted in here 2 times, and they roughed it up. So, yeah, the turkeys are my issue. And they're wild turkeys. And they seem to like my farm. Anyhow, I'm going to go get some more boxes. I'm going to get some stuff done before the rains come in. I'm going to just use spaces like this to grow carrots in there. I like carrots. I love fresh carrots. I like juicing them. I like them, you know, eating them in recipes. They're amazing, and they taste so good right out of the garden. So that's what I'll be doing, is building these little tinier beds, and of course it may not look good, sorry, I don't care. But, you know, use what you have. Use the, you know, I took apart a pallet to build this. Well, more than one pallet, but probably 2 pallets to put together the pieces for this. And I don't know what I'm doing, and it may look rough, but do I really care? I mean, I threw it together. It was almost dark too. And my husband informed me that the ticks and the snakes are out, so I'm going to have to be hyper vigilant and pay attention now. Got a little bit too comfy over the winter, and We have rattlesnakes here. They're not nice, so. All right, y'all. I gotta get busy. Talk at you later.